We'll make sure that our emergency small business relief is distributed swiftly and equitably, unlike the first time around. We're going to focus on small businesses on Main Street. We'll focus on minority-owned small businesses, women-owned small businesses, and finally having equal access to the resources they need to reopen and to rebuild.
We are officially 1 month into President Biden's term in office, but is the Democrat bad for business?
As Democrats have yet to deliver on their promises to small businesses, owners are struggling to keep their doors open during the COVID-19 pandemic. Here to react is Fit Body Bootcamp founder Bedros Keuilian. Thanks for joining us this morning. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me.
Of course. So a month in, how difficult has it been for you, and were you expecting anything more to happen in the last month?
Well, we were certainly hoping for this administration to keep their promise. And when you're promised that the funding for this round is going to be faster and more swift and efficient than the last round, you ought to deliver on it, because us small business owners across the nation are really feeling the pain right now.
Bedros, let's pop up on the screen for our viewers Joe Biden's PPP reforms. I'm going to go through them. It's a little lengthy, so bear with me. 14-day period where only businesses with fewer than 20 workers can apply. That again starts Wednesday. More support for sole proprietors, independent contractors, self-employed, allowing relief for small business owners with prior non-fraud felony convictions and owners with delinquent federal student loans, non-citizen small business owners who are lawful U.S. residents. I mean, look, there does seem to be a little bit of good stuff in there, but where does it miss the mark for folks like you?
I'm having a hard time hearing you. I'm sorry.
Okay. The current Joe Biden PPP reforms that he put out there, obviously you're not going to read it again, but there's a number of things in there that do go to help people. Where does it miss the mark when it comes to folks like you?
Well, I think where it misses the mark, where it comes to folks like me, is simply that we need to be given, one, the funding right away. We need to be allowed to reopen fully at full capacity, because our leases and our payroll is at full capacity, yet we're not able to work at full capacity. And quite frankly, when you look at what Mr. Biden is doing right now with the focus on immigration instead of the focus on the United States and the small businesses that are the backbone of our country, it just breaks my heart. Look, I'm an immigrant. I'm an immigrant to the United States. We escaped from a communist country. We came here to the United States for the American dream. And right now, it seems like the American dream has become more of a nightmare.
You know, small businesses have always been one of the most important aspects of our society. Do you feel as though that is the case right now?
Absolutely. Being that small businesses are the biggest part of our economy right now, or at least used to be. And a current Yelp poll suggested that 70% of small businesses have shut down and won't be reopening. And you know that the other 30% now are just hanging on by a thread. And franchise owners like Fit Body Bootcamp are literally working day to day to stay afloat. And we just want that promise to be fulfilled on.
Finally, Bedros, regardless of your party, whether you're Republican, Democrat, conservative, liberal, regardless, how frustrating is it to small business owners like you that the Biden administration prioritized things like the Keystone Pipeline, immigration, like you said, the Paris Climate Accord, abortions in foreign countries, when right now there are millions of Americans like you trying to keep small businesses alive, or even more people trying to survive themselves because they've been laid off from those small businesses? How frustrating is that?
Well, I got to tell you, it's extremely frustrating, because we were holding on to hope that as President Biden goes into office, that he would follow through with his promises. And when you see that his focus on immigration and the Keystone Pipeline and abortion in other states, or other countries, I should say, you begin to wonder, what is the agenda for small businesses? What is the agenda for the United States? It seems to me now the agenda is to keep us sick, to keep us depressed, and to keep us broke.
Wow. Strong words. Bedros Keuilian, thank you for joining us. We appreciate it. Keep us posted on your business.
Thank you.